Hey! Hey, mister! Wait! Just wait! Come on. Hey, mister. You hurt? Would you get thrown or something? Look, I better get you into town. Right now, don't move. You just lie still, and I'll bring my horse over closer. Hey, Jeff Bowden.
Stand up.
Morning, Mother.
Good morning. Good morning.
I gather you're talking about Ollie Jameson.
Who else?
From what I gather, I hear he could give a honey bear lessons in mischief.
Yes, he could. Anyway, I'd warned him about talking at least a half a dozen times. And finally I said, Ollie, suppose you'd had to take Mrs. Devon's place. Suppose you were the substitute teacher. What would you do? You know what he said? He said, I'd send me home. Jared, that's supposed to be funny.
Oh, never mind, darling. This is one of Jared's I've got so much on my mind mornings.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do.
Meaning Jeff Bowden.
Jared, that's over. You should forget it.
It's not easy to forget the deputy taking him off to prison last night. I'll try and keep him there the rest of his life.
He killed a man. He could have been hanged.
With any other attorney, he would have been. I think you did very well by him, Jared.
The operation was successful, but the patient died.
Oh.
Jared, there was an eyewitness.
I don't believe that eyewitness. I think he was carried away like everybody else.
Good morning.
Uh-oh.
It's just a very long card game. I'll just have coffee, thank you. Those quit claim papers have to be signed today?
Uh-huh. I have to record them in the morning. Come in early, will you, Nick? I want to get started with the Bowden appeal.
You still harping on that?
He's still on that.
And still blaming himself?
Well, it's all pretty cut and dried to me. Bowden was tried by judge and jury, the whole pot of beans. Could I have some more coffee, please?
It was trial by hysteria, Nick. Nobody in this town could forget that the man who was murdered was a priest. Pure emotional bias, and I should have been able to cut through it. You ready, Audra?
Ready.
So you're going to throw the whole trial right out the window, huh? You're the one that always says, put your trust in the law.
Bowden put his trust in me, Nick.
Jared?
What?
Nothing.
You know something? I think that Ollie Jameson is a pretty lucky kid.
Oh? Why?
Well, he has about the sweetest and the prettiest teacher in all of California.
Thank you.
You know, when I was a kid, we once took a vote on who the prettiest teacher was. And you know who won?
Who?
Nobody.
I don't believe that.
Well, you should.
You know, I'm pretty lucky, too.
Why is that?
Because I have a brother like you.
Well, now, what brought that up?
Oh, the way you fought for Jeff Bowden. The way you're still fighting.
What's this? I thought you were on the other side.
I can't believe that he's innocent, Jared. But it makes me proud that you care. That you're so worried.
Angry might be a better word, Audra. What I consider a monumental mistake.
But Mr. Becker saw him run from the church.
Mr. Becker thought he saw him run because he wanted to see him run.
Why?
Maybe to make himself more important. Who knows?
Enough to send a man to prison?
It wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Get up. our order, and I hope you have a nice day with Ollie Jameson.
Aren't you going to your office?
Just as soon as I finish here.
Oh. Well, I'll pick you up after school.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Barkley, come in.
Mrs. Haley?
Oh, Mrs. Bowden will sure be pleased to see you.
How is she?
Well, she ain't been too happy. I mean, being left alone like this and the baby more than a week late already.
Yes,
Oh,
well, may
well,
I...
it don't mean nothing being late. I brung lots of them to the world like that. Except it's her first, and she's naturally scared. Oh, you remember my little John? Well, he's a big boy now.
Yes, Mrs.
And
Haley,
after
may
I gave
see
birth
her
to
now,
him...
please?
Oh, you want to see Mrs. Bowden? Here I go chatting away about myself again. Mrs. Bowden, you got yourself some company.
Good morning.
Oh, is this something new?
Not yet, I'm afraid. But don't you worry, that appeal will be granted. I just stopped by to see if there's something you might need.
No, I'll be all right.
I'm sure you will. Especially when you have that boy.
I think it's going to be a boy.
Well, it has to be a boy. Jeff can't hunt and fish with a girl, can he?
You know, it's funny, Mr. Barkley. Jeff never went to school. He can't read. And here I am trying to write him a letter. It sounds like it was a stranger. I can't seem to write what I feel in a letter. And what's worse, somebody in the prison will have to read it to him. What will it sound like then?
I'm sure he'll understand.
I want to thank you, Mr. Barkley. I didn't get a chance to after the trial. There's so much confusion.
You don't have to thank me. Not yet, anyway.
You tried. You tried your best. And we're grateful. We're grateful you even took the case.
Why wouldn't I take the case?
Well, Jeff was only a handyman. There's no money to pay a lawyer like you.
I believe that your husband is innocent. If I can prove that, that's payment enough, believe me.
If it's a boy, would you like to be godfather?
Mrs. Bowden, I would be honored. Well, I better get on to the office. I'll try and look in again tomorrow. But please, don't get up.
Oh, it will do me good. You get tired of sitting and waiting.
I'm looking for Jeff. Is he here?
What happened?
He got away from the marshal. This morning up on the North Road, he jumped Walt Tenner, grabbed his horse and gun. Walt followed his tracks for a ways. He said they headed straight for town. Sorry, Mrs. Bowden. We'll have to search the house. Alec. Marty?
Yes, sir.
Will this make it worse for Jeff?
It may. I only hope they can pick him up before he does something more foolish.
Jared, I may have to deputize you.
No thanks, Fred.
Oh, wait a minute. You're his lawyer. He might listen to you.
Not if I'm wearing a badge and hunting him down with the rest of you.
Suit yourself.
Not assignable, Fred. Nothing.
I had to check, Mrs. Bowden.
Mrs. Haley, if Jeff does come here, you let me know right away, understand? Now, the most important thing is that you keep him here, talk to him, make him understand that he's only hurting himself. And we've got to stop him from making things worse.
Mr. Barkley, help him.
I will if he gives me the chance.
You all right? Oh. Well, when a time. Come along now. Let's get you to bed. Easy now. Easy, easy. That's right. Just a minute. Oh. All right, sit down. That's a good one. Take your slippers. Oh, I'll be right back. I'll put some water on the boy.
Wait. Have you seen the sheriff? They said he was here.
He was. He just left.
Jeff Bowden's back. The sheriff's got to give me protection.
I'm sure he will, if you need it.
Look, Mr. Barkley, I stood up there in court. I did my duty. I testified against Bowden. Now, don't you say to me if I need it. I could have told you he'd come back. I could have told you. He gets a chance at me, I'm like that priest. I'm dead.
We don't know that he came back for you, Sam.
I know. You were there yourself. I heard what he said when they were taking him away. I ain't forgetting you, druggist. I'm going to pay you off. It takes 500 years. I'm going to pay you off.
Anybody might have said that, Sam. He thought you lied on the stand.
Why? What for? Why would I want to hurt him like that? You ask him. All the time his wife's been expecting. You ask him how much he paid for her pills, half price, because he couldn't afford no more. Ain't nothing to him. He's gonna kill me if he gets a chance.
Now, look, Sam, we don't even know he's here. If he is, this town isn't that big. We'll find him.
Before he finishes me?
Before he finishes himself, I hope.
Stevie, how are you?
I'm fine, Miss Barkley, except I can't run around this morning on account of this new jacket I got from Pa.
It's very handsome. Are you feeling better?
Huh?
Well, you were out all week. I thought you were sick.
Oh, no, ma'am. I've been running the store. I don't mean rolling pills and such. Just watching while Pa was in court.
I see.
Pa wouldn't just leave the drugstore like that. Only they said he had to go. He had to stand up in court and tell what he saw.
Of course.
But looks like he won't have to go no more. They took Jeff Bowden away last night, and Pa says he ain't never gonna come back.
Stevie, why don't you take your beautiful new jacket and hang it up before it gets dirty?
Yes, Miss Barkley.
Ollie, would you close the front door, please?
Yes, ma'am.
No, don't!
He's just trying to shoot me.
You sure it was Bowden?
Over at my place. He just missed me that much.
All right, Marty, Alec, you both check the alley, check every store, every house, everything.
Come on, let's go.
Hodges, Lavery, take Newbury Street, both sides. You two take Pierce Avenue, and the rest of you take the river.
Fred.
Yeah?
You got another badge?
Change your mind?
Maybe you were right. He might listen to me.
Good. We'll check Lawton Street.
Well, how long you reckon you're gonna be?
Oh, not long.
Uh-huh.
Anytime a woman tells me she's not going to be long, she's going shopping, it's 3 to 1. I'll be back before she's through. Now, I best get over there and get those papers signed. So you wait here, I'll be right back.
Oh, no, I'll walk to the Bowdens. It's not far.
Not with all those packages, you don't. I'll be right back.
All right.
Get up here.
Good morning, Victoria.
Morning, Arthur.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I'd like to see some baby things. For a friend.
You betcha. Any idea what she needs?
My guess would be just about everything.
Well, fine. Let's start with the blankets.
Helen?
Good morning. I shouldn't be too long, Arthur. I just have to get some things for supper. Nice to see you, Victoria.
There we are.
All blue?
What's the only color I carry? Everybody hopes for a boy.
Oh, not this time. I'm hoping Mrs. Bowden has a girl.
Mrs. Bowden?
Girls are much easier to raise alone.
Is that who you buying for, Jeff Bowden's wife?
Shouldn't I be?
Well, it's your money. You do what you like. Seems to me, though, when it comes to trash like the Bowdens...
You're that sure that they are trash?
Well, what else? A lazy lout like that? Been around here 6, 7 years now and still ain't took no steady work, still satisfied doing odd jobs around town?
Maybe he couldn't get anything else.
Well, that ain't true, Victoria, and I'm the one who can tell you. 3 years back, I offered him a job myself. I said, pay won't be much to begin with, but you can be like me. Start small and build big.
And how did you get started, Arthur?
Working for old man Tucker. And I mean working, too. Putting in 7 days a week, 14 hours a day, working till my back was broke.
And marrying his daughter.
That wasn't called for, Victoria.
I've learned one thing in this valley. There's room for all kinds. Men like you and Jeff Bowden. And no man has the right to call another trash.
Look, Bowden's a killer. He killed a priest.
Jared thinks he's innocent. He's going to appeal.
Well, let him. It'll take more than a lawyer. It'll take an act of God.
If you don't mind, Arthur, I'd like to finish my shopping. Now, would you show me some other things?
Oh, Miss Audra.
I see it, Ollie. Stevie, I'm afraid your absence has put you behind the class.
I got it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A lot?
Well, a lot or a little doesn't matter. In arithmetic, you have to be perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we add it up together? 5 and 4.
9.
And 3.
12.
And 7.
18. And 19.
Sometimes second guesses are better.
Sorry, Miss Barkley, we had to look in. We're after Jeff Bowden.
Jeff Bowden, here in Stockton, are you sure?
No question about it, ma'am. He took a shot at the baker and ran down the alley.
Well, he didn't run in here. The only criminal we have is Ollie Jameson. He talks too much.
That's all right. He's got to be around. We'll pick him up.
Sorry to bother you, ma'am.
Shall we go on? Stevie, there's no reason to be frightened.
But he came back to kill Pa.
Now, that's a silly idea.
On account of Pa talked against him in court.
He isn't going to hurt your father. He isn't going to hurt anyone. Don't worry, they'll find him. Stevie, would it make you feel better if I let you go be with your father?
Yes, ma'am, please.
All right, go ahead. And don't worry about your lessons. I'll bring them over to you. Well, now, who would like to finish the blackboard exercises? Ollie?
No, ma'am. I just wanted to tell you Stevie forgot to take his jacket.
Oh, well, maybe you can catch up with him and give it to him.
Jared? Anything?
Not so far.
take the rest of the street alone if you don't mind. I think I better get back in case some of the others get lucky.
All right, Sheriff.
Jared, you knew him better than anyone. You any idea who might be hiding him out?
No, Sheriff, I haven't.
All right.
You better sit down. Go on, sit down. Now, look, I don't mean you... I don't mean any of you no harm. Not so long as you're all quiet. You understand? Just be quiet.
You're not thinking of hiding here, are you?
You got someplace better? Now, look, it wasn't my notion to hole up in here, but I didn't have no time to pick and choose, you understand?
Or to think about the children if there's any shooting. Look, Mr. Bowden, people are always coming to the school. Parents, trustees. Almost any place would be better for you to hide than here.
Like out on the street, maybe, so the town could hold a parade for me. Look, they'll get tired of looking for me. I'll clear out of here in a little while.
Please, just let the children go.
I can't. Now, I can't take that chance.
Children, I think we'll skip history today. Why don't we draw? Let's get out our slates.
What do we draw, Miss Audra?
Anything, Ollie. Anything you want.
There might not be no trouble. They ain't found me yet.
What are you doing here? You should be in school.
Miss Barkley said I should be with you.
With me?
Well, sure, on account of Jeff Bowden. Unless you ain't heard.
I heard.
Pa, you got any notion why he came back?
I wouldn't hardly know. A man like that, it ain't easy to say.
Do you think he maybe came back after you?
Supposing he did. Shows his face around here, he's gonna find he's tangling with the buzzsaw.
But you have the store closed.
Oh, that, well, that's the sheriff's orders. He's set on taking Bowden alive. Here, let's call this a little pay on account.
Pay for what?
There's a couple of cases in the back room. As long as you're here, you might as well get them unpacked.
Sure, Pa. Pa, that's my new jacket and score.
Stevie. Steve, wait a minute.
Mr. Bowden, may I talk to you? It's almost time for the children's recess. People are used to seeing the children outside. Someone's bound to wonder.
There's nothing they can do with the kids in here. What you hiding, boy? I ask you something. What you got there? What do you got? Even the kids.
Run, Stevie, run!
Get out of my way! Get out of my way! That was the druggist, kid. Oh, you fix me up good. You fix me up just fine.
Fred, hold up a minute. What's going on here?
Buddy,
Well, I just passed the bank. It wasn't being robbed. Business going on as usual.
Jeff Bowden, Nick.
Bowden?
Yeah, he escaped last night. Gave his deputy the slip and headed right back here.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait. What did he do? What is he doing coming back here?
I'll give you one fat guess.
Sam Becker.
Not hard to figure, is it?
Well, I guess you'll be going after Bowden first,
I
right?
got half the town out looking for him now.
Oh, if you need me, I'll be at Jared's office.
Save yourself the trip. Look over on North Street. Jared's out looking for him, too. I deputized him.
Jared. Sheriff told me about Bowden. Think he'd come back here to kill Sam Becker?
I hope not, Nick.
Now, don't put yourself out on the end of a limb, Jared. You kept him from being hung. What more can you do?
Maybe just keep him from hanging himself. I got to report back to Fred.
I just best go along.
Pa, open up! I gotta tell you something! Pa, open up! Before he gets away! Come on, Pa!
Now, you knew he'd go yelling to his paw.
Yes.
And you give him a hand. Didn't matter a hoot what happened to me. Why? Why, did I hurt you any? Did I try to do you some harm? Look, you got me tied up here like a goose ready for market.
Mr. Bowden, I'm Audra Barkley, Jared's sister.
I know that.
Why don't you let me send for him? He'd help you. I know he would.
Wouldn't do no good. No more than before. Don't you know this town's got a taste for blood?
They're gonna come after you. They'll have guns. Let the children leave. I'll stay.
I can't. I told you I can't. Them kids is all the cover I got.
Don't call on us, mister. We won't help you one bit.
Ollie!
You broke the commandment. My pa says you're gonna roast in hell.
Stop it. You don't know what
I
you're
know
saying.
it.
Ollie,
I heard my
stop.
pa say, you killed a priest and you're gonna hang.
Ollie, stop it, please.
Maybe. Maybe, boy. But not yet. Not for a while. pick him up?
No, but I got a dozen men out looking for him.
It's not enough. You need more. Every man you can get.
You want to set this whole town in a panic? We pin him down with a bunch of nervous guns. We're going to force him into doing something that maybe we could prevent.
He'd kill a mad dog in the street. He killed that priest.
That's one man's testimony.
Are you calling me a liar? You saying I don't know what I saw?
All I'm saying is that you could be wrong.
You listen to me, Mr. Jared Barkley.
Pa! Pa! Pa!
What is it, boy?
My son!
What?
He's in the school! Get Bowden in the school!
Round up the others fast.
What are you talking about over there? What you two talking? Now you sit down. Go on, sit down. Something out there? What is it? What do you see? I ask you what you see.
Joe, Alec and Marty are covering that alley back there. Tell them to stay put till they get the word.
Stay put? What for? You got him holed up.
He's not the only one in there, Becker. Where's Mother?
She's over at Cleaver's getting some baby clothes for the Bowdens.
You'd better get back there and take her over to Bowden's yourself.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
You want her to hear about him being in there with Audra? What good would it do?
How soon you going in, Sheriff?
Not sure, Nick. It's gonna take some figuring.
All right, I'll be back.
Well, you are on time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing I got the buggy outside. Next stop, Bowden's.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you.
I was just thinking, well, maybe I should buy the kids something, too. Come on, you can help me pick out the
That's
sizes.
silly. I bought him everything he could possibly use.
I could always use more, Mother. You know, there's cottons for the summer, flannels for the winter. You know how those kids grow. Come on, now, let me play Santa Claus, too.
Victoria! Victoria, have you heard? Jeff Bowden's escaped. They've trapped him in the schoolhouse. Our Henny's there. And your Audra, too. Arthur, get your coat. Hurry.
How dared you? How dared you keep this from me?
Well, Jared and I both thought that...
Next time, let me do my own thinking.
You're just gonna stand around thinking?
You want Bowden so bad? Bring him out yourself.
I'm no hand with a gun.
You're real fast with ours.
Sam, you can hardly blame him. Your son's out here. His kid's in that school, along with a lot of others.
I don't owe him nothing. None of them. You liked it fine when I told what I knew, when I stood in the court and testified knowing that Bowden would hold a grudge. Well, I done enough of this town. I ain't doing no more. He's a killer. I ain't setting myself up for him. Now, he's there. You've got to get him out. Somebody. Some way.
Fred, I think I can get him to come out.
No, Jared. He's trapped, and he could be dangerous. Besides, it's not your job.
It was my job to keep him from being where he is.
Pa, you said...
Not now.
I'm going in, Fred.
Jeff, this is Jared Barkley. We know you're in there. I want to talk to you.
Get up. Get up. That's it.
Now, don't do anything foolish, Jeff. I only want to help. not armed, Jeff. I'm coming in.
Why, now you hold it right there. Shut that door.
Put your gun up, Jeff.
What do you want?
To help you if I can.
You tried that once, lawyer.
Don't be a fool, Jeff. You're throwing away the only chance you have. Can't you see that you're throwing away your life for Becker's?
Becker?
I'll get this straight. If you killed Becker, a dozen lawyers won't be able to help you. You'll hang.
Oh, now, you got it all wrong. That's not it at all. No, you're the one that's mixed up. You know why I come back here? I come back here to see my kid. That's right, see my kid. I've been waiting 12 years. Since the day we was married, 12 years. My wife's been hoping and praying for a young'un to hold in her arms. So we wouldn't be alone in this world. So it would matter to somebody what happened to us. Now, Miss Haley, she said the baby'd be born any minute. And I begged that sheriff to let me wait so I could see my kid, maybe touch him. But he said no. It was out of his hands. Couldn't wait. The law was the law. But what kind of a law is it that puts a man in jail that ain't done nothing, then won't let him see his own kid?
I'm sorry, Jeff. I wish you'd spoken to me about it.
Nothing you could do.
Well, there may be something I can do now.
What?
If I help you get over to your place so you can see your child. Will you give me your word you'll surrender afterwards?
How you going to do that? There's law out front and back.
Your word, Jeff.
All right, you got it.
All right, now you've got to do exactly as I say. Audrey, you get over here. The back way is our only chance.
Awful quiet. Think we should go in and see?
Not yet. Give Jared a chance. Marty, Alec, come on in. It's all over.
Both of you, put your hands up.
Where's Jared?
He's in the school.
Been in there quite a while.
Nick! Victoria, please, stay here. Don't go.
They're in the closet.
Who's in the closet?
The sheriff's men.
Where's Jared? Bowden put a gun on our backs.
With your brother helping.
Will somebody tell me what's going on around here? Where'd they go?
We went to Bowden's house.
Nick, he just wanted to see the baby.
Jeff, come on.
Oh, Mr. Bowden, just in time. She kept asking for you through the whole thing. And once they get started, ain't nothing can stop them. You got a boy.
Boy?
A boy.
My wife?
Oh, she's fine. A little weak, of course. Well, you can go in.
I knew you'd be here.
I always promised you. And him? Small. Never figured he'd be so small.
They don't come full size.
feel how he holds on. He's gonna have strong hands, just like his pa.
That's right, boy. You hang on. Don't you never let go. Don't you never let go of me, and I ain't never gonna let go of you. But I believe them fingers gonna be big enough someday to hold on to an axe or a gun.
His pa's gonna show him how.
You sure of that?
Jeff. Sorry, Jeff, it's time.
You gotta take me back?
You know I do.
Why, you know I'm innocent.
Not under the law.
Look, why don't you tell them I held a gun on you? Knocked you out, got away. My wife will back you up. Now, you kept saying about justice. Now, wouldn't that be justice, helping a man that's innocent? Not letting him pay for something he never done?
I can't.
Look, what you want me to do? Rot up there in that jail, not ever see my wife or my kid no more?
I want you to give yourself a chance. Give me a chance.
Wouldn't do no good no more than before. Look, I know you tried. And I'm thankful to you for it. But you said they wouldn't hold me guilty. They didn't have no case. Well, mister, they didn't want no case. They just wanted to pay somebody off for that priest. Now, I had my fill of the law, Mr. Barkley. I ain't gonna take no more. I'm pulling out. And I'm going with your helping me, or without. Now, what's it gonna be?
Without.
All right, then. Just don't you stand in my way.
Jeff!
Oh, no, Jeff!
Don't shoot. Let me talk to him. Jeff, you're wrong. You've got to listen to me. You've got a lot to live for now, a lot. Jeff, you've got a son. Now, you can't just think of yourself now. You've got a wife and a family, Jeff, a boy. They need you. Now, come on, Jeff. Give me the gun. You won't be any good to them dead. Come on, I can explain it to the sheriff.
Your friend, the sheriff. You had him waiting for me.
Jeff, that's not true. You've got to believe me.
No more.
He's dead.
You did the best you could, Jared.
We'd best be going on home. It's all over now.
It's not over, Nick. Not yet.
He's dead.
Yes, he's dead. Mrs. Bowden, I thought I knew your husband. Knew him better than any court of law could ever know him. But I was wrong, wasn't I?
No.
A moment ago, he meant to gun me down.
He was trying to get away.
The same way he was trying to get away from Father Paul. The truth only matters to me now, Mrs. Bowden.
He was like to going out of his mind. Baby coming. And us strapped for money. And Jeff wanting so much for him. And hearing about that money in the church and swearing he was going to get it. He wouldn't listen to me no more than you. Said the church didn't need the money. Grabbed the gun and run out. He wasn't bad. Just desperate was all. That's the way it is, I guess. It don't matter if you're good on the inside. You do something bad, you gotta pay. That's the law. And the law is right.
In my life when I'm lost in the dark, you're my stars in the sky, like a ship in the night. Without you I'm adrift. You're my gift, swift lift when I need that shift. Yeah, I need you on repeat, no fade out. You're my melody, no break, no way out. In the chorus of my life you play loud. In my heart, in my soul you stay proud. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So here's to you, the beats in my heart, together never apart.
Ladies, go right in. I'll get someone to take care of your bags.
Thank you. headache in the morning.
Sorry, haven't even got a closet left, folks.
Oh, we have a reservation, the Barkleys.
Oh, Victoria and Audra. I never forget a reservation.
What is all this?
Cattle, Mrs. Barkley. Cattle, pure and simple. Every rancher with more than one steer is looking to make a sale. Buyers all the way from Denver fighting for the honor of paying top dollar.
Well, congratulations. Tired?
A little.
Is these your bags, ma'am?
Yes, that's right.
Now, if there's anything you ladies want, just holler. Nobody'll hear you, but it's good for the lungs.
What time does the connecting stage to Stockton leave?
First thing in the morning. Rooms 3738 for Mrs. Barkley and her daughter.
Thank you.
Excuse me, but you two ladies wouldn't happen to be cattle buyers, would you?
Sorry.
So am I.
Who's got 37?
I do.
I'll be out of your way in a minute.
Well, let me know when you want to have dinner.
In about an hour.
I hope you'll be comfortable, Mrs. Barkley. This door leads directly to your daughter's room.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh. Audra, I'm sorry. I fell asleep at... Audra, why didn't you tell me you changed your room? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, hello again, ma'am.
I thought this young lady was my daughter. I didn't mean to intrude.
So?
Excuse me.
Yes, Miss Barkley?
Could you please tell me what room my daughter is in now?
Who?
My daughter, Audra.
Your daughter?
Well, she was in 37, the one next to mine, but I was just there and all her clothes are gone.
No, ma'am.
What does that mean?
She wasn't in 37.
Well, of course she was.
That room's been empty for 2 days.
Look, Mr.
Gates. George Gates.
Mr. Gates, I realize everybody's in a playful mood, but I'm just a little too tired to join in. Now, what room is she in?
Mrs. Barkley, I'm not as fresh as a daisy myself, so suppose we both stop playing.
You helped us check in just a few hours ago. A very pretty young girl with long blonde hair.
Mrs. Barkley, if your daughter was in this hotel, she must have come in a suitcase. I never forget a reservation.
That's what you said when we registered.
You won't find her name in there.
Why not?
Because she never signed it.
Where is she?
There must be some mistake.
There is, and you made it.
Mrs. Barkley, your daughter was never in that room or in this hotel. Why don't you get a good rest? Things will look a lot clearer in the morning.
There's one thing you can't remove.
What?
Her perfume. The odor is still in that room.
Well, I was up in that room myself not more than an hour ago. I didn't smell a thing.
I'm sure you didn't, but I did. Now, I know that perfume. I bought it for her. Do I have to go to the sheriff?
Only if you want to cause trouble.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, until I find my daughter. See the sheriff.
You're looking at him.
Oh, I need your help.
People come banging through that door this time of night. Usually do.
It's my daughter. She's missing.
Lady, half the world's missing something. The other half looking for it.
Something has happened to her.
What?
I don't know. That's why I came here.
Calm down and tell me about it.
Well, we were on our way to Stockton. That's where
Would
we
you
lived.
like some coffee?
No.
Mind if I have some?
Sheriff.
You got the floor.
We registered at the hotel to wait for the next stage. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, Audra's room was empty.
That's your daughter?
Yes, everything was gone. Her suitcase, her clothes, everything. I asked the desk clerk if she had changed her room, and he said he didn't know who I was talking about, that I was alone when I checked in.
Were you?
I just told you.
Well, sometimes a long, hot stage
Oh,
ride...
for heaven's sake, Sheriff, I'm not senile.
Maybe she found a traveling companion she liked better.
Is that your professional opinion?
Lady, this time...
Victoria Barkley.
All right, Victoria Barkley. Now, right now, this town is high on cattle, and the money that cattle will bring. It's like an avalanche. It don't stop to ask if you want to be part of it. It just kind of sweeps you along.
But they're telling me she doesn't even exist.
Now, why would anyone want...
I don't know!
Well, I just can't go in there.
Sheriff, people. A whole lobby full of people saw us when we checked in. Now, why are you sitting there? Question them. Make them tell you what happened to her. You're the sheriff!
No getting away from that, is there? Let's go.
Satisfied?
No. Well?
I want to look at the room, and I want to talk to...
The porter and housekeeper.
Sheriff, I don't have...
Humor me, George.
Why don't you go out and arrest some drunks? It's more your speed, isn't it?
After I see the room. Up kind of late, ain't you, Sheriff? Man your age ought to spend as much time as he can resting.
Send up the porter and the housekeeper.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Something going on, Sheriff?
Maybe.
This lady thinks the hotel ought to supply a family as well as clean sheets.
Oh, why don't you go back to bed, Sheriff? I can handle it.
I'm up now, Hearn. I'll see it through.
When you get tired, you holler.
Bring them up to,
37.
Looks empty to me.
Exactly. A whole town is bursting at the seams. People are sleeping all over. Now, why? Why would there be a perfectly good room empty?
You got a point.
This closet. It was empty.
This is Mel Trevor's room. He's been here for the past week. I told her that.
No. This bureau here. But the bureau drawers, it was empty.
Mrs. Barkley.
It was empty.
All right, in here. I want you to help the lady.
You remember my daughter, don't you?
No, ma'am.
Oh, yes, you do. You brought her bag in here, and you put mine in the other room.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
There.
You gave me $1.
That's right.
I thought it was a lot of money for bringing up one bag.
Oh, no, two bags.
No, ma'am. One bag. Yours. I left it in room 38.
Annie, did you see the lady's daughter?
You were turning down the bed when we came in.
I haven't worked this floor all day.
But you talked to us, you smiled. You saw her. All of you saw her. You tell him. Tell him you're lying. What are you doing to me? What are you trying to do to me?
I'll be in the lobby.
Having a good laugh with your friends over the feeble-minded lady from Stockton?
Oh, maybe somebody down there has seen your daughter.
Then you believe me.
I didn't say that.
Why help me?
As you said, I'm the sheriff.
I'll go with you.
Get some rest.
I cannot.
You come on as strong as you did up here, and people are bound to back off.
Oh, I won't, I promise you. Oh, please, please, she's my daughter.
All right. Just remember, you dragged me over here to ask the questions. Tired yet, Pop? I'll let you know. Hungry?
Oh,
When's the last time you ate?
that doesn't seem very important now.
Things always look better on a full stomach. Take it from someone who's put in a lot of hungry hours.
Come on now, Sheriff. Don't be a hog. Introduce us.
We've met.
Not formally, man.
It seems you two have adjoining rooms.
Well, now that's cozy, isn't it?
What room would that be, Mel?
Well, I'll tell you, Sheriff. You asked me to sit down, and maybe I'll let you force it out of me. My name is Mel Trevor, ma'am.
The sheriff asked you what room you were in.
37.
I didn't know you were staying in town, Mel.
And I didn't know I had to tell you every move I made, Sheriff.
Just making conversation. How long's it been?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a refill, give the lady what she wants, and give us a chance to get acquainted.
Gotta keep asking until you answer, Mel. How long have you been here?
Oh, about a week, on or off.
Get lonesome at the ranch?
Listen, I got 4,000 head of cattle out there. Bidding starts tomorrow. I gotta line up the best prices I can going in. Oh, by the way, you ought to be at the pens by dawn.
Don't think I can make it.
Why
not?
Might have something a little more important than keeping the peace for a bunch of steers.
There is nothing more important in this town than steers. If anybody ought to know that, it's you. Ma'am, do you have any children?
3 sons and a daughter.
Well, maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. Cattle are a lot like some children. You spend your life taking care of them because they don't have enough sense to take care of themselves. You worry about their weight, what they eat, whether they're warm enough in the winter, cool enough in the summer. You don't really have much time for anything else. But if they grow into what you want them to be, why, I guess it was all worth it.
Where is she?
I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Well, you're obviously in on it.
Sheriff, what is she talking about?
I thought I was supposed to ask the questions.
But you're not. You're just chatting.
One swallow, that's the deal.
Well, if you'll let me in on this, ma'am, maybe I can help.
Steady as she goes, sailor.
Oh, he ain't no sailor, ma'am. He's just a plain everyday range bob.
Why didn't you say some of that?
You thirsty, lady?
No, but my daughter might be. The pretty blonde you danced with a few hours ago.
Frank, did I dance with a blonde girl?
Well, if you did, you sure kept it from your best friend.
You know who I mean.
No, ma'am, I don't. Once you bring her on over, I know I'd like her.
Now, what did that get you?
Is the whole town in on this? Why? What did we do?
Why don't you sit down?
What did we do to them? What did we do to them? Now you listen to me. You listen to me. My name is Victoria Barkley. My daughter's name is Audra Barkley. Now, she's missing. And a lot of you know what happened to her. And I'm going to find her. You think because I'm a woman that I'll give up, that I'll turn and run? Well, I won't. So you better get used to me. I'm staying right here until I find my daughter. I'm not leaving here until I find her, and I warn you. I warn you. She better not be hurt.
I'm a doctor, Miss Barkley. Try to calm yourself.
Get her up to her room.
No! No! No!
Let her be, Hearn.
She's giving the hotel a bad name.
Well, it's better than the one it's got. Now, it's all right, Mrs. Barkley.
Go! Oh, no.
I'm gonna give you something to help you rest.
No, no, I don't want to rest.
Now, listen to me, ma'am. Just listen. Now, just dry your eyes and relax.
No.
Let her alone. Let her alone.
You're in on this, too.
It's all right, folks. It's all right. The lady's a little disturbed. The doc will take care of her. Hey, go ahead with what you're doing. The stage is here. They're holding it for you.
Let it go. I'm not leaving.
We need the room.
Forgot your bag.
I found somebody who knows Audrey was with me.
Thought we had that all settled.
The stage driver. He drove us all the way from Salt Springs. Where is he?
There he is.
Oh, no, not him.
Oh, you mean that tall,
Yes,
burly-headed?
yes.
Yeah, he's halfway to Denver by now.
Yes, but he knows Audrey.
I don't know what the doctor gave you, but it really worked. You slept clear through, Mrs. Barkley. You're a day behind the rest of us.
Where's the sheriff?
Well, most folks come to me with their problems.
I'll take my chances with him.
He can't do nothing for you. He's a tired old man. Well, he gets out of breath just pulling on his boots. Now, let's go back to the hotel and pack your bags and make sure you're on this stage. Got your ticket, Mrs. Barkley? You'll need it for the stage.
How many ways do I have to say it? I am not leaving. Yes, I have my ticket and... Yes, I have my ticket, and I have Audrey's. Now, if I were traveling alone, why would I have 2 tickets to the same place?
Can you answer the lady's question, Hearn? Neither can I.
Now do you believe me?
Well, let's just say I don't doubt you so much.
All right, where do we start?
Guess the best place would be where you lost her. A hotel.
You won't find nothing there, except trouble.
What kind of trouble, Hearn?
Kind you can't afford.
A man can afford most anything when he's got nothing to lose.
Well, how about the lady here? From where I'm standing, looks like she's got a lot to lose. Awful lot.
Let's go.
Oh, you're going all right. You just might have company.
It's nice and quiet for a change. Bidding started today. Everybody's out at the pens, where I ought to be.
Mr. Trevor's looking for you.
Not a fact.
I want you out at the pens.
Later.
You won't like that.
I'm not one of Mel Trevor's steers.
Aren't you?
You know, George, something's nagging at me.
Well, the doc is in room 7.
It's a riddle. A real puzzler.
Not interested.
Well, you're part of it.
Still not interested.
Now, you said that Mrs. Barkley's daughter didn't register, so she was never in this hotel.
That's right.
Everybody who stays in this hotel must register, right?
That's the rule, Sheriff.
Mel Trevor's name ain't in your book. Does that mean he was never in this hotel?
He didn't have to sign the register.
It's the rule, Mr. Gates.
Maybe in all the rush to get his things into the girl's room, it just slipped everybody's mind.
Excuse me, I have work to do.
I hope you can do it in my office, George.
What?
You're under arrest.
On what charge?
Keeping sloppy books.
You can't do that.
Watch me.
I'm not going, Sheriff.
Well, after what you've told me, you need protection.
I didn't tell you anything.
Didn't you?
No.
You're a very nervous man, George. Everybody knows that.
No, yeah.
Least little pressure and you just break wide open. But you're my possum. I'm gonna dangle you at the end of my rope and see what starts nibbling.
I just do what I'm told. I hand out the keys and I sort the mail. And I laugh when someone tells a joke that I've heard 100 times, because that's what I am. I'm a desk clerk. It isn't much of a life, but it's all I've got. Please, please don't take it away from me.
And where is she?
You make you understand. They'll kill me.
If you don't scare yourself to death first.
No. No, no. No!
George!
No!
We're just in the line of duty, Sheriff. Can't take chances with a man running from the law.
Or talking to it.
Well, lucky thing you weren't first out the door. Or you, little lady.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You know, that was a warning. They was telling everybody to keep quiet or they'd wind up like Gates. And they was telling us to back off or we'd wind up that way.
Sheriff, if the whole town is in on this, why didn't they tell you about it?
Guess maybe they figured if I knew, I wouldn't sound too convincing. Well, that's only part of it. More important, they knew I wouldn't do nothing if I did believe you.
They were wrong.
Not by much. Last night, you said they thought you'd turn and run because you was a woman. You don't have to wear skirts to do that. It's just what I want to do. Get out to those pens and mine Mel Trevor's cattle for him.
They don't think very much of you, do they? I mean, the deputy, Trevor, and all the rest.
They got a right. You see, this town, this territory makes its living off of cattle. Prime stock bringing prime prices. When the bidding's over and the money's been collected, everybody puts it in the bank for safekeeping.
You don't have to tell me.
You ought to know who you're getting stuck with. Last year, 3 men made a withdrawal, using their guns for collateral. They cut the bank clerk down because his hands was shaking so bad he couldn't load the money fast enough. He was about my age, and he was an old man, no match for the 3 of them. Looking down at him, I knew I wasn't either. And it froze me. The first time in my life, I was scared of dying. I got on my horse, and I rode the other way. So the ranchers formed a posse, but they'd waited too long for me to lead them. They come up empty, and those 3 fellas ain't been found yet.
But you're still a sheriff.
When I got back, they wanted to lynch me. Sometimes I wish they had. Instead, they hired Hearn to be my deputy and told him he'd be sheriff when my term was up. I got 3 months to go.
Then what?
Was a pretty good sheriff once. Town voted me the use of 25 acres near the river. That totals out about an acre a year. It's, Trevor's land.
And he can take it back.
Anytime he wants.
He's part of all this.
Well, now, that's my worry. Why don't you go back to the hotel? I'll be close by.
I practically know your life story, but I don't know your name.
It's Kingston, ma'am. Roy Kingston.
I'm very pleased to know you, Mr. Kingston.
Sure hope you say that when this is all over.
Who is it?
Kingston.
Sheriff, I know where Audra is.
So do I.
Trevor, now he gave me this handkerchief last night. It has Audra's perfume on it.
I wired Stockton
Didn't you
last
hear
night.
me?
This
Trevor
just came...
has Audra.
Read it.
Don't you? Oh, no. No, that's a lie.
Well, your son's name's Jared, isn't it?
Yes, but they're telling...
Audra, safe and sound. Tell Mother to hurry home. We all miss her. Signed, Jared Barkley.
They finally got to you two, didn't they?
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh, Audrey. Oh, oh. Why? Why did you do this to me?
Mrs. Barkley?
She's done this before.
Done what?
Run away.
Your daughter ran away?
In Salt Springs, the last stop we made. I refused to believe it because I didn't want to believe it. It's very hard sometimes for a mother to admit the truth about her daughter, but...
Well, it's not so bad. After all, she's home now. Everything's all right.
Yes. Yes, she's home. And I want to go home, too. What time does the next stage leave?
Couple of hours.
I'll be on.
You sure?
I just want to go home. I'm sorry I caused all this trouble.
Oh, we understand, Mrs. Barkley.
It was foolish of me.
Well, we all let our imaginations run away from us sometime.
Sheriff, thank you. Thank you very much for everything.
Hey! Hey!
Well, Roy, everything's fine, and nobody got hurt.
If you don't count Gates.
I don't.
That strained your elbow. You keep bending it like that, Roy.
Mrs. Barkley's still stuck in his craw.
We had to do it, you know that.
Sure, I know that.
And why fight it? It'll be over soon.
That's supposed to make it any easier?
Keep your voice down.
Oh, come on, Mel. We don't have any secrets around here. We're just one big, happy family.
Listen to me, you drunken bum. In 3 months, you're gonna come crawling to me begging for those 25 acres.
Trying to forget that.
Well, don't you forget it. Because I can still say no. Look at you. You're an old man. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go without me, without my land, without my charity?
Think that over.
I'll be in the office.
And Sheriff, don't fall apart again, because there'll be nobody around to pick up the pieces.
We should have taken care of him a long time ago.
You'll get his badge soon enough. Is this her food?
Yes, Doctor.
Where's Mr. Trevor?
I don't know.
All right, we'll take the tray on down to her.
I'm not going down there.
Take it down.
Hey, what's the hurry? I thought you left town.
I forgot something.
What?
Something I left with the porter. Excuse me.
I think we better tell the sheriff. Yeah, good idea.
Audrey. 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 Oh, what did they do to you? What did they...
I don't see why we have to move her.
Doc says one more night down here might finish her.
But supposing somebody sees us?
Everybody's drunk or tired. All we have to do is be careful. She's gone. She couldn't have gone far. Not in her condition.
You couldn't even buy your own lie.
Oh, please, please, let us go. She's very ill.
So are you, Mrs. Barkley. Don't hold out too much hope for your recovery.
You're not like them.
Look again.
You let go of that thing, you'll wake up everybody. Right. We'll take him out of town. Nobody will hear anything out at the Ophir mine.
Well, keep him out of circulation for a few days. That was the deal.
Mrs. Barkley just canceled that deal. She's one of the most respected women in the state. When she talks, everybody listens.
But you just can't kill two people.
Well, how can we kill them, Roy? Mrs. Barkley left town hours ago. Her daughter wasn't even here. Isn't that what she told you?
Yeah, but...
We don't know where they went. Nobody else will either.
Oh, you're quite a businessman, aren't you, Mr. Trevor? Tell me, how do you buy a man's soul for 25 acres of land near the river?
That's all I've got.
But is it all you want?
Get the rig and bring it out back. Unlock the rear door.
Go ahead, Sheriff. Go ahead, do it. Pretend we never existed. You can do that. What do two strangers mean to a man who doesn't even care about himself? All it takes is...
Shut up!
Oh!
Back off, Mel! Get the rig!
That's as far as you go, Hearn. to save herself. That's what we're all trying to do, ain't it?
Roy, the girl has anthrax. You know what that means. Nobody will touch our cattle. We'll be right back where we were a year ago, starving to death.
A full belly ain't worth their lives.
A few more days, it'll all be over. Cattle would be sold, and nobody would know.
I'll know, Mel.
Stay put.
I feel fine.
You'll feel even better when Nick and Jared get here tomorrow, if you stay put.
What am I going to do with her?
Listen.
Did I give the cattle anthrax?
No, ma'am. Humans can't give it.
No, they can only get it.
Well, then why did they kidnap me?
If the buyers knew there was anthrax in the area, they wouldn't touch those cattle. The cattlemen around here'd go broke.
Why didn't you tell me you were ill, Audra?
Well, I thought I was only tired from the trip. And I didn't want to worry you, so I asked the desk clerk to send up the doctor. After he examined me, he gave me a shot, and I went to sleep and woke up in that cellar.
Well, it's over now. And as long as we have to stay here for a couple of days, we might as well be comfortable.
I see you before you leave.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank your mother. She's got a painful sense of right and wrong.
Are you sorry?
No. Gave me another chance. Another 3 fellas riding around out there with something that don't belong to them. And I got 3 months to get it back.
You will, Sheriff.
I think you're right. Now.
Running sweat drips like tears. Each step forward outstripping my fears. Skyscrapers looming, they've been there for years. But today's the day I disappear. Breaking the chains with every stride. Feel the rhythm of hope deep inside. No looking back, tide's about to turn. I'm racing for a life where passion burns. Yo, it's a dash or race out of this maze. Feet on the pavement, hearts ablaze. Got my mind on the exit, no time to phase. Escape the routine, these endless days. Chasing freedom like it's just a breath away. Dodging shadows.